Hey, welcome back to Learning Self-Reliance. My name is Roland, and today I got a pretty cool little video for you guys. Right here, I've got some bacon that I actually canned 1 year ago. So I canned this December of 2014, so it's a little over a year, but I wanted to kind of show this to you guys and kind of give you my opinion on this. When I first heard about canning bacon, I thought it was really cool, and I love bacon, and I was really excited to have some bacon that could be kept without a refrigerator. And my wife and I have this huge canner, this all-American pressure canner, and we canned this, and turns out neither of us really liked it. It has a strange kind of, I don't even know how to describe it, but it just, the canning process alters the flavor too much, and it's really not very good. I'm gonna open this up for you guys, and we can talk a little bit more about it, but overall, not really happy with it, but I wanted to put this out there so that people can see like canning meats and what it looks like a year after. So let's take you guys in for a close-up and we'll show this off. All right, so one quick tip I wanted to toss in here. If you have a hard time getting these lids off, this is still very well vacuumed on here. The lid hasn't popped up, but I like to take a butter knife like this and follow the ring around the side here, where just right where it meets up with the lid, and I'll put my butter knife in to the side, and then in between the layers, let me show you guys a close-up of that. So I'll put in the layers in between here, and I'll just kind of rotate, and that's what I use to pop it open. There you go. Hopefully you guys can hear that pretty well. All right, so first thing you want to do when you open something that you can is you want to give it a smell and make sure it doesn't smell bad. And this doesn't smell or look bad or anything like that. I'm seeing a couple of darker spots on the top here that weren't visible with the lid, but let me give you guys some shots of this. Over here, it's kind of a little bit, I wouldn't say quite green, but darker over here. So that could be something up with that. Also, this bubble showed up here in the past week or so. One thing I highly recommend when you do this is to use the wide mouth jars and to get your, I think this is like called a pint jar or something like that. Get the jar that's straight down. That's really good, specifically for bacon. So I'm going to pull this out. Kind of show this to you guys. It's a bit hard to get out. So out here is going to come some juices as well. I can probably just shake it the rest of the way out. These juices are perfectly viable, and you're going to want to use those in your cooking, right? So this is actually a lot of bacon right here. This is probably most of a bag or a box of bacon that you'd normally get. Yeah, so I'm looking at these kind of darker areas on here, and I'm not really seeing anything. I think it's just maybe a trick of the lighting or something like that. I was a bit worried that there'd be some sort of mold or something on here. I'm not sure what the FDA says about canning bacon. I do know that you can purchase canned bacon online, but it's pretty expensive. I can't remember exactly how much, but it was like $20 a can or something like that, which is a lot of money. But you can do this at home, as far as I know, and it seems to work pretty good. But let me kind of show you guys a little bit of close-up on what happens to this bacon. All right, so right here we've got a double layer of this bacon, and I kind of want to show you guys how it just kind of falls apart. So through the canning process, this whole thing just like comes apart. It almost reminds me of like corned beef. It's kind of what it reminds me of. If you like corned beef, you might really like this, but I really don't like corned beef. If I was gonna use this, I would probably put it in with some beans or something like that, maybe some eggs, and use the grease that comes off of it to grease up my pan and cook with that. I wouldn't really eat this straight. I don't really enjoy the taste of it, but I think if you threw it in some beans or something like that, it would be just fine. I did quite a few cans of this, and we ended up never really using it because we just really didn't like the flavor. So that was pretty disappointing. We did keep it in our food storage though, just in case we needed it, and we never ended up needing it, which seems to be a lot of food storage stuff. But I think we do need to practice some more rotation and things like that, and especially finding some things that we like. So I would say if you like corned beef, you may actually quite enjoy this, but it's really not my thing. If I was going to use this, again, I'd throw it into something else, and then I'd eat it. But this is a pretty cool process. I'll probably do a can of this or something in the future, just kind of show you guys how it's done. My wife and I are planning on doing a canning video. We've got some chili that we really like. I used deer venison that I'd shot and put that in the chili, and you couldn't taste the deer at all. A lot of people complain about deer being gamey, and I'm definitely one of those people. But we used it with our canning, and we made some chili with it, and it was really good. So we both enjoyed that, and we served it to other people, and nobody could really tell that there was venison in it, and they were like, "Oh, that's pretty good. I don't like venison," so it's a pretty good trick. So I'll probably do a video on that in the future. But I've got a lot to learn about canning. If you've seen my video about me trying to can grapes, it's pretty hilarious to watch me screw up over and over again. But slowly figuring it out. Anyways, this is just a quick video showing you guys what bacon is like after a year of being canned. Kind of want to give you guys a show of the texture and stuff like that. But thanks for watching, and please remember to like and subscribe.